it's Tanya, and I'm sharing a layout I made with the October 2017 Hip Kit Club kits. And yes, I have printed my photograph on white cardstock. I suddenly decided, I know it's not a new thing or anything like that, but I thought, you know, I had this idea that it was actually going to be the full 12 by 12 size, but my printer then decided to give it a border, so that put pay to that. So I then thought, okay, no, well, fine, let me see if I can find a nice color background that I can mount it on, and then I'm going to do some silhouette die cutting using some of the free cut files that we get with the hip kits. I think they would have been the October ones, I can't remember, but if you go to the Facebook, no, not the Facebook forum, I'm so used to saying that, if you go to the website, there we go, there, it's such a pretty one. I think this one was designed by Kim Watson. If you go to the website for Hip Kit Club, and if you log in, you don't have to be a subscriber to join the page, and you will then get access to some of these cut files. And if you are a subscriber, you get access to all of the cut files. So that is very nice, and it's a gorgeous cut file. And I was going to, well, I'm going to put it over my cheetah. I have told the story of her, how she walked straight past us. It was just sublime. And yeah, shame, we think she might be quite old. She was limping and looking a bit ragged. So yeah, you know, it's a tough life out there. It was pretty tough for us too. So I took the cut file and then I cut around it, because I thought that it just looked better that way, and I'm using some cardstock as a background, so all in all it's a pretty cardstock heavy layout, particularly for me because I don't normally use cardstock. And yeah, the magical didn't work, so I decided to just chop off the L at the end and just make it magic. And I'm going to take the inspiration of the butterflies from this cut file, and I am going to put loads of butterflies on, but first I'm going to change my magic. And yeah, I make a bit of a boo-boo, but then again, it's me. It all goes very, very well, and I'm using the Shimmers products that came with the color add-on for October, and the pink looks great, or the ready pink looks great, and then I add the yellow, which looks great, and then I decide to add blue. I don't know. I mean, we got blue in the color add-on, but I should have just left it at this. But no, I was in the creative zone and wanted to use all the colors. So here we go. Although, first of all, I've got to prep it because I haven't used it yet, so you've got to add the water, and yeah, it just doesn't look good. So I try and make amends, and I try and add some more of the pinky red spray to it. See, isn't it looking a bit gungy? Yeah, so there you can see I added more of the pink, and now it looks a bit better. Not brilliant, but a bit better. So I'm going to go with the magic. I think it's the magic of the bush I put there, or something, I can't remember. I made this quite a long time ago now. But yeah, I think, you know, in all my videos of these photos, I think I've told you all of the stories that I wanted to tell you. Although I don't think I've told you the story of the long night. So you know how we had that unfortunate first day when it got to 50 degrees and the car exploded, and oh, actually no, the car didn't explode. If you haven't watched that, it is one of my other videos, and I do tell the story about how we first got to the park and then our car's water pump exploded, and it was a disaster. I'm not going to repeat it, but it's a good story. Anyway, so where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so that was really, really hot with the 50-degree heat, and then I think it was a couple of nights later when we came back, and you know, well, I don't know if you know about, you know, when you go camping, but we go camping and then we go and we drive around the park for hours and hours and hours on end, hoping to find the wonderful animals, and then we come back and generally we make a braai, which is like a barbecue, and we sit around the fire and, you know, well, no, we don't really talk, we just read. We've been together a long time. We enjoy reading. So anyway, so yes. So that's what we generally do, and then when it gets late, we then decide, obviously, we need to go to bed because we're going to get up early and start the day again, doing all the same thing. And this night, we went to bed, and I don't know what happened to the weather, but the weather suddenly changed to the point where I froze. I seriously, it was getting colder and colder, and I couldn't keep warm, and I couldn't sleep, and I kept sort of whispering to hubby, I'm freezing, in the hopes that, he'd, scooch over to me and warm me up. No, man, the dude was dead to the world. There was no warming up of Tanya. No. It was a very uncomfortable night, I must say. Oh gosh, it was cold. So you get the extremes. You get the outrageous heat, and then you get the freezing. It got down to 2 degrees. I mean, that's insane for, places here in the southern hemisphere. So I didn't sleep very well that night. So yeah, I dubbed that the night of the long night. And I don't think there are any other stories, which is kind of sad. I think I've told them all to you. It was quite an eventful trip, I must say. And I have thoroughly enjoyed documenting it and making these layouts and my traveler's notebook. I have a complete traveler's notebook of the trip. I have a share of that. Well, I mean, I've shared most of the pages, and I have a video coming up after this one which shows you how much of the kits I have left, and it's not a lot, and I do a flip through, so if you do want to see the full Traveler's Notebook, you can have a look at that. That should be up shortly, and I am just doing the finishing touches of adding some splatters to my background because I feel cardstock looks a little plain without it. And there you see, I went butterfly mad, and I really enjoy it and enjoyed it, and I think it looks quite nice, and I actually did enjoy doing the photograph on the cardstock, so I might do that again sometime. So thanks very much for watching. We'll chat again soon. Bye bye.